Hey y'all, it's your girl Boonie, and you're listening to the Boonie Breakdown Podcast, your source for all things responsible and ratchet. All right, welcome to this week's episode. It's a fun one. It's a light one because we have the homie Shika is here and we do a shit that hits different. This episode, we focused on the movie The Brothers. The Brothers, often not mentioned in the Black classic movie conversation, but Shika and I checked it out. Of course, we had to break it down. I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts after you listen to the episode and hear what Shika and I say. But, after we wrapped up that discussion about the brothers, then, we just did a normal girlfriend kiki. So stick around for that conversation. Next is Pick of the Week. And this is Pick of the Week. Was escaping through my hands, and I was so happy to finally get it. I was in South Florida, the Miami, Fort Lauderdale area for work, and I was able to get my hands finally on a bottle of Via Ray, Issa Rae's Prosecco. In my area, I've been going on her website and putting in my zip code, and a few of the liquor stores who said they carried it they said they only got 10 bottles and it sold out right away, and they've never gotten a reshipment. They said it would be months before they could restock. And so I had pretty much all but given up on trying it because it's just a fucking bottle of liquor and I'm not going to do it. But I do want to support, Issa Rae is the homie in everybody's head. And you want to support a Black woman in the spirits industry, et cetera, for all those reasons. Now, I am in South Florida for work. I'm in the Target. Look down the shelves. Oh my God, they sell alcohol in here, beer and wine. Great. Look, they had it. And they had 10 bottles of it. So I grabbed 2, popped it open. And I got to be honest, you guys, it wasn't bad. But it wasn't amazing either. At a $20 price point, I'm going to need a little closer to amazing. So for me, it won't be any replacement to a La Marca. I feel like La Marca is just such a great Prosecco. So it's not replacing La Marca, but if it got easier to get and it wasn't such a fiasco to get, maybe I would buy it every now and there, but it would not be a staple. So you guys know I have to give my honest and true opinion. Good, not great. $20 price point. You can get better. But what I do want to say, Maryland has got to change our liquor laws. It just is so, I hate it. When I travel other places, I can go in the CVS and the Target and the grocery store and just get beer and wine. Some places, depending on where you go, you can get alcohol. Like California, I was in the gas station. They were selling alcohol and beer and wine. So it's just why is Maryland so archaic with these liquor laws and where you can purchase and not being able to get it on Sunday? It's just... It's time for a change. Who do I write? Get our hot boy Governor West on the line because we got to change these liquor laws before he goes for president.
Housekeeping. Come back later, please. Housekeeping. Not now.
All right. Feedback from episode 249, Thriving After Beating Cancer's Ass with Erica Easter. There was a lot of comments about, first of all, I was shocked at how many of you never heard the term Eskimo sisters. But yeah, Eskimo sisters, for people who still listen, did not know, did not DM me, did not message me in the Patreon Discord. Eskimo sisters or Eskimo brothers are people who have fucked the same person. That's literally all that is. So yes, me and my guest had fucked the same person. But that was not the crust of the episode, but there was a lot of commentary around that. So if you did not check out last week's episode, it is such a deliciously responsibly ratchet episode. It's the perfect blend of responsible and ratchet. And that is the pennant of all that we do here. And so if you did not check out last week's episode, please go back right after this one and just keep listening and go back and listen. Also, if you're listening to this on Monday, February 5th, if you are in the Baltimore area, if you're in the DC area, the DMV area, you can catch me. You know where you can catch me? You can catch me. No, I was going to do the nerd Rihanna song. But no, you can catch me on stage doing a small Boonie live segment at the Sex Ed Pop Up. Okay. Sex Ed Pop Up here in Baltimore. There are virtual tickets. You can head on over to sexedpopup.com to get your tickets. She has really great sponsors. Vanessa from episode 248. This is her event. She's some great sponsors, some great giveaways. There's some other amazing guests. People who've been on this podcast, probably some of the other podcasts that you listen to. There's some people who I've been dying to have on the podcast to get to meet. I'm looking forward to meeting them in person as well. I'll be sharing merch. So if you are Boonie Breakdown Ratcheteer Gang, go ahead and wear one of your shirts to the event. And I hope to see you all there. Also, Patreon Gang, we are having a Galentine's/Palentine's Day little kickback over on Patreon Gang on Monday. Monday the 12th? Monday the 12th. It's fucking next Monday. Yeah, Monday the 12th at 8:30 p.m. over on the Patreon platform. So if you want to kick it and hang with us, you can go ahead and sign up at patreon.com/the Boonie Breakdown. I know I have not dropped the book. It's for our book club, and I'm looking right at it. And I have not dropped it yet, but it is on my to-do list. I promise you I'm doing that this week. It's just like the days just like fucking escape. I need a fucking assistant. I don't know how. But excuses, but it's coming. Also, share this episode. Put it in your Insta stories. You can follow us on social media at The Boonie Breakdown. We're that on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. If you want to follow us on Twitter, even though that page is like dying. I barely tweet over there, but at Boonie Breakdown is where you can find us on Twitter. So that is it for me. Let's get it ready to break it down. All right. The homie Shika's here. Look, we're not wasting no time. Hey, girl.
How are you?
Tired. I'm so tired.
I am too. I'm ready to retire.
Girl.
Every day.
And I look like technically we got like 20 more years.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. I think about retirement and the fact that I have 20 years to go. And it's just
like I'm just like, I need the lottery. Like I need some windfall. I just need it because I'm like, I've already worked for 2 decades. I don't want to work for 2 more.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I am done. I'm over this shit.
I've been working since I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
My first job at 14. Like I'm over it.
I've definitely been working since 16. And it's like, all right, well, I've done enough. This is it.
Shouldn't it be enough?
This should be enough. Why do I have to keep going? So, and then I was like, damn, mad responsible because I was like, ooh, I was asking people like, oh, how much do you contribute to your retirement? Right. Because I was like, I feel like, I think the max, if you max it out, was like $22,000 a year you can do or something like that by the IRS. And I was like, damn, I'm definitely not doing 22. So I was like, maybe I need to do better. Cause like, if I put more money in now, maybe I could retire.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I'm over it.
Yeah. But then I also like hate having to use my money from now for the future. Like, I don't know where the future money comes from, but I just feel like it's not fair that I have to take away from today's fun for the future.
Right.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah. And I've been really intentional with like saving and stuff like that. And it's all because I just need to go out of here. I'm just ready to go on vacation. Like I really don't. I mean, yes, save for a rainy day, but I really just want savings for vacations.
I mean, that's literally it.
My pocket, which is like, okay, it's great that I can do that, but sometimes I want to just be able to take a stash from over here
and a couple things that recently like are on my wish list. Like, y'all know, like I'm a accessories girl, and I was down on the TikTok today, and I had already seen this new Coach bag that I liked because Coach. It's really had a resurgence. So then I saw this other one, but I'm like, oh, it's nylon. It has Coach elements. But I was like, oh, this is a nice nylon because I was looking for a tote bag. I used to have a ton of tote bags when I used to go to work. But now that I don't go to work, I don't have really a need for multiple big bags, but I do feel like I need like one that my laptop can at least fit in. That's
Yeah.
cute. So I was looking for a tote bag, and then this tote bag came up. But now Coach done did. If you went like this real quick, you
Yeah.
would think it was a Chanel bag.
Yeah. Like the quilted one. So I bought a Coach bag in October. It's the heart quilted one.
Oh yeah, those are cute.
Yeah, I bought that. Shit, that shit was like what, 350, 375
Yeah,
per
like Coach
bag?
not cheap. But the one thing about Coach too is the leather will last, right? Like I
But
have a Coach bag from like 20.
they will fix it.
They will fix it. The cleaner will work. The leather cleaner and the leather conditioner, if you use that, they will fix your bag and they stand the test of time. This one leather Coach bag, it's a hobo, it's white with a tan leather strap, and the
Hmm.
strap broke. I've easily had that bag since 08, 2008. And I
Yeah.
took it to the store and they like the strap broke off the ring. They fixed it.
And
Then
they
charged me.
condition it and send it.
Yeah.
They have to
The
send
shit looked brand new again. So I'm like, yay. But I want this Coach bag. And so now I'm sitting here like, what can I do? Like,
right.
can I make this some type of reward? Because it's in a new, I'm already a fan of the Coach Tabby.
Hmm.
I have the original run from 2020 with that Kelly Green that they didn't do again. And
Hmm.
then I have a little mini white one that I got. But this is it. I just pulled it up to show you. Like
Okay.
at quick glance, you
Yes.
think that's a Chanel bag. Now Chanel don't price me out unless it's pre-loved. That's not happening no more. But yes, I can't afford that stuff. But I could squeeze this out maybe. So
Yeah, it's funny. Me and my homeboy yesterday was talking about like luxury stuff, and it was like we was talking about like David Yurman
oh,
jewelry. Like,
that
and then
stuff.
his ass went to in the damn David Yurman store today. I was like, you motherfucker.
I do want a couple more David Yurman bracelets.
And I've been looking at things. You mentioned a tote. I wonder what my work bag is. I had one from Cole Haan, a leather
Oh, like Cole Haan
bag
shoes.
that could fit my laptop and stuff in. Maybe it's in the closet. I haven't been to work since February 2020, so I have no idea where the fucking bag is.
The only reason why I know what I did with the bulk of my big bags, some of
Mhm.
them were like cheap ones from Target. Some of the ones that were more quality, I think I still have like two of them, but the rest I tossed out when I moved. That's why.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the only reason
Yeah.
why I know I don't have a lot of them because I tossed some of them. Like I don't need these. And it was
Right.
funny finding like all my Metro Pass and my Mark train ticket.
Yeah. And I would do the quilted ones by Marc Jacobs. Remember he
Oh, I
used
love Marc Jacobs. Yeah.
yeah, I have a big purple one. I used to like when I used to go to New York a lot, I used to travel with just that bag.
Now I'm
So
gonna tell y'all something, but y'all better leave some shit for me. It's a couple pages that I follow on Instagram that will show when, and I tell you, with certain brands, you really don't ever have to pay full price unless it's something that you really want when they drop it. If you're willing to wait a season or two, or yeah,
mhm.
when they're going out and switching seasons, you can get a lot of this designer high-end stuff for
Yeah.
cheap. And the one page is Chasing Luxuries. I can't remember the other. I have to look it up. But Chasing Luxuries, they'll
Mhm.
post in their Insta story all the time. So like if you're a shoe person, Manolo, Jimmy Choo, Mock and Mock, Amina, Tom Ford, they will post at least once a day. They're posting one of those is on sale somewhere, Manolo, and they'll be really discounted, like $1,000 shoe. You may sometimes, depending on your size,
You get it
get
for
it for $200.
oh wow.
You're
Yeah.
like deeply
Still
discounted.
think about those Jimmy Choo combat boots we saw in Amsterdam.
Oh yeah,
Should have bought them. I
you
hate
should
that.
have. You
Because
should
they
have.
came out like different renditions years later, and now with inflation, them shits are like
They're high.
high. I was like, I should have bought them.
But yeah, that's my little tip. Like if you look now, I'm be like, I should have remembered that. Cause I probably would have seen a pair cheap, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of stuff like certain designers, like the Chanel's and stuff, you're not going to see on there. But if you want a Fendi bag, you want a Gucci bag, YSL, Balenciaga, they will have them on that page. for the low low. Like the other day, they had a really nice YSL on one of them sites.
I see some Manolo Blondies for 250.
Yeah, they took it. They be showing them for cheap, and they're reputable sites. Sometimes it's like Bloomingdale's, Neiman's, Nordstrom.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be like the overseas retailers. Now, when it's an overseas retailer, you need to be mindful of the duty tax. So some of these sites will be like no duties or duties included, but then some of them you'll have to pay like 10% when it's delivered to you. They'll give you like a little duty slip. But it could still be a savings depending on how much and what the item is. So
Oh yes, I'm following now.
yeah, they're good for that. So that's my thing. But it's just like I don't like I think I'm just like tired. Like I don't want to work no more, but I know I need to work.
Right.
But I want to do all the things and I want to go all the places and I want to buy all the things I want. But my money don't go that long.
Yeah, I need it to be longer because we were just discussing trying to do a quick trip.
Oh, I know. And how does like time get away? But I will say I did look because
Okay.
Southwest had a sale today, like that ends tomorrow. But you know how they be getting you
Yeah,
almost.
because JetBlue had a sale too for like packages, and I was looking at some, and I was like a Thursday through Sunday situation. It wasn't bad, but also I was like, I don't think this is really a deal
That's
either.
how I felt. Like you just putting a deal on this. So, but I'm gonna look some more this weekend.
Oh yeah, I've been looking, and I done fucked up because now all my Instagram ads are
Our travel.
are resorts and shit, and I'm like, this is only gonna make me insane because
Want to go
I
more.
really don't want to go.
And
Yeah.
I was just in Miami and the weather was so good.
Was it good? Well, you know what? We had it was hot as fuck. Like I went out on Friday with the
Yeah, I
home
was sad. I missed it here.
degrees. So I was out and about for a little bit. Like I even came home and then my homegirl was like, "Oh, our other friend was at this other bar," and I was like, I came home for 5 minutes. I was like, "Let me get the fuck back outside," because Lord knows when it
Yeah, I
gets
was
cold again, I'm gonna be in here.
KG texted me and was like, "Oh my God, it's 76 degrees at home." And I was like, "Ain't that some shit?" When I'm home, I'm missing a good day at home.
This Sunday was decent too. Saturday, that was Friday, and then Saturday was decent too. Like I did my grocery shopping Saturday, so I could just stay home on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm glad everybody had some sunshine.
You
Um,
ain't seen it since mother. It's been days.
no, I really since I've been back, I haven't seen the sun. Like
I
I
watched
don't the sun
sunrise
wasn't here
every morning.
Sunday.
It's been very sad for me.
Yeah, it's just been gray.
Yeah, because I'm up. I wake up at like
But
5:15 to 5:30. So I watch the sunrise every day. And I was like, motherfucker, where is the sun?
but be mindful and be happy.
I am.
The
Yeah.
days are getting longer though.
They are. That's one thing I do enjoy. Because I try
The
to catch both actually, sunrise and sunset. That's my
the
thing.
days are getting longer. And I hate now, I love it for the end, but I hate when we hit the clocks again because the sun will start getting up earlier. So for me, who is
Yeah.
not a morning person, I love that the sun is not up before 7 a.m. I love that.
I can't. Yeah, my body, my like biologically, I just get up early. I've always been somewhat
Yeah,
of
I don't know
a
how y'all people. I am not a morning person. Like I'm just so jealous. Like sometimes, but while I'm like opening my eyes, now I'm not out of bed, but I'm opening my eyes, and they'll be like, "Shika has finished a workout. Shika has walked 3 miles. Shika." I'll be like, "Damn, I didn't even put my feet on the ground."
And that's the thing too. Like I love when the weather gets warmer. Like I was telling you before, like I'm doing this 12-week workout challenge with this lady on YouTube, which she has really, really good workouts. Like because I enjoy lifting, but it's like I don't feel like I've gotten used to not going to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll work out. I'll just do it in the house. I didn't bought an extra set of dumbbells. I feel like I'm about to buy another set, and I'm like my basement. I'm about to have weights everywhere, but I like working out later is just so much harder for me. Like, and I used to be really, really strict. Like, oh, if I don't get my workout done by like 10 o'clock, I'm not doing it. And now it's just like, since I work from home all the time, it's like whatever. Like, if I try to get it done before 10, but it's been times that I have to work out at 11 or 12 or whatever, depending
Yeah,
on what's going on with
but
work.
you
But
get
yeah, I be up
so
and
much
going.
done Like before, I'm like, damn, I ain't even wash my face. She
Yeah,
gets
when I was
closed all
in
three
the
rings.
gym, when I was going to the fucking gym, I would wake up earlier because I went to the gym on days I telework. I would wake up earlier than I did to go to the office. Like it got to the point that I was waking up at 3:30 in the fucking morning to be in the gym by 4 so I can be ready to log on to work at 5:30. And I was it yeah.
That
So
is amazing. I don't have that in me. And it's so funny because I want to, like, I was like, I want to build that habit because sometimes when you get up early, you do get more done, right? And it helps me go to bed because I am such a night owl. Like, even though I'm right now yawning and shit, like, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed early. I will get a second wind at like 8:30 and just start something and be like, and last night it was me trying to do Boonie breakdown stuff and like plot out some things because I was like, fuck, I need to get on the good foot because it's February.
yeah,
So
quickly, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I
That's
would
the
like
thing.
to be a morning person, but it's
I go to bed though. Like that's the other thing.
you
If I'm not
do. I
doing
don't.
anything, like would you that memory you sent me for 12 years ago, it was like she could must be asleep. Like, fuck yes, I am. I be in the bed. Okay. I'm going to bed.
Because that's one thing. I was like, maybe if I could do it like one day a week, like if I know like Thursdays are the day that I get up early and I can do whatever. Because you know what I do like on the weekends or days that I'm off, I do like that I can do my workout in the morning and it's done.
Yeah.
But me, I will not get out of the bed to log on to work. So like if I'm logging on at 8, I'm getting out of bed at 7:30.
Right. Yeah.
And it's terrible
Yeah.
because and to compound on it, it's because I probably didn't get to bed until 12.
Yeah.
So to give me a full 7, 8 hours,
Yeah.
I lay in bed. I'm sleep till 7:30.
Yeah, and the only reason I didn't change my work schedule to work later is one because I love getting off work at 3. I don't give a fuck. Like by 3, I'm done. Like 2 o'clock, like my brain. I do numbers. I'm a like financial analyst, so it's like by 2, 3 o'clock, I don't want to see another decimal point or dollar sign. So because I kept that hourly of getting up so early, I have to go
That's
to bed.
fair.
I
That's
have to
fair.
go to bed. My
That's
brain
fair.
numbers, even when I was in high school, like if it got to 10 o'clock and I still had homework to do, baby's going to bed and I will wake up at 6 and finish my homework in the morning. My brain needs to shut off. So yeah.
That's hilarious. Um,
All through high school, I was doing it. My parents used to be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Homework. I'm finishing it." And
that is hilarious. Yeah, I'm gonna try baby steps because I feel like that's the daunting part because I'm looking at all 7 days and I'm like, I know I'm not gonna do it. So I'm like, okay, you can do it to get to the airport and you can do it to go to the braid sweatshop to get braids. So maybe if you just chunk it down and do it one day at a time and versus saying all 5 days because the weekends that's just not happening unless I got something to do.
yeah,
So that's what I'm gonna do. That's my little commitment. I'm gonna try it.
one
I'm gonna
day,
see one day a week, just getting up early. So
and I do try to like if my body wakes up at 5 o'clock on a Saturday. If I look at my phone and I see it's 5 o'clock, I'll try to go back to sleep and at least sleep till 7. 7 is probably the latest I'll get up on the weekend. Because wake
yeah.
up at 5 o'clock on the weekend, it's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
There's nothing to fucking do. Target doesn't even open until go to sleep.
They still got them short ass hours.
Sure, Wegmans doesn't open till 6. I'd be like, she could go to bed, sleep
It's
some more.
ridiculous. Ridiculous. So we said all that to say.
Right. We've been just going
We
off.
just yeah. Okay. So, we always do a shit that hits different. And the other day I was watching a black movie on Max, HBO Max, and how they recommend something. And it was like The Brothers. And I was like, huh, I didn't watch that in a long time. So Takshika, we need to do a shit that hits different. The Brothers. Now, for all of you who don't know, because you're probably like, The Brothers, what movie is that? The Brothers is the movie that was with Morris Chestnut and Shamar Moore, D.L. Hughley, and Bill Bellamy.
Not to be confused with Four Brothers with Andre 3000.
Yes, not
that.
with not Andre 3000. So this one says follow the hilarious path of four African American men as they take on love, sex, friendship, and two of life's most terrifying prospects: commitment and honesty. Lifelong friends banded together to weather love's innate terrors and occasional triumphs in this brazenly comic yet painfully true exploration of the battle of the sexes. Amidst the career track, baseball, and bar hopping, the brothers love women, as many as possible, but a shocking revelation tests their friendship. So that was the description of the movie.
Description, interesting.
Yeah. So I said we always do this. We start with some of the comments. Here's my overall thing about the brothers, just to kick it off. It's never included for most people in Black classic cinema from that time period. What year did this one come out? This came out in 2001, right? So you around that time you were having Best Man and Two Can Play That Game and all of them. But I never hear anyone talk about this one. So this feels like one of those ones to me where it wasn't a bad movie, but it's not a Black classic either.
It's not. I don't think it's considered a Black classic. I remember watching it multiple times young.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it in a long time. So a lot of it was almost new to me in a way. I will say that while a lot of the rhetoric is dated, it's also not.
It was not at all. It was literally like watching if you took all of the bro podcast and made them a movie.
And like watching your timeline sometimes when it's battle of
timeline
on Twitter. I was like,
or conversations with friends, right? Like it was just all of that banter. Another thing just about the movie itself before we dive. To me, it was very like the pacing of the movie was very basic. And I say that in the sense that every scene they sequenced with all the men. So if one was having a scene with his mother, the next two scenes were the others having scenes with their mother. We never met Terry Shamar Moore's parents. They were mentioned, but you never saw them. But it was like the one scene Morris Chestnut was at his mother's house, and then they flipped to Bill Bellamy was at his mother's house, and then they flipped to D.L. Hughley at the nursing home. But it did that a lot. Like they were in bed, and there was a scene with Terry in bed and Morris in bed. Like that's how the movie went every time. Unless they were together, each of them had their same scene replicated.
Whatever conversation they're having with their significant other or the woman they're dating,
it was very, so that was just one thing about the movie itself. So we will get into it. Two things I got to fucking state right here. Let the motherfucking record reflect on the Boonie Breakdown, episode 250, that Shamar Moore been fine my whole motherfucking life.
Whole life.
I was like, damn, that nigga is fine.
Great. He looked great. Yeah.
And his body's still like, you can see now, like when you look at him in present day, like he's aged, but the nigga's still fine.
Because I watch Criminal Minds, and is it Criminal? Yeah, he's on
Criminal Minds. Yeah.
He still looks the same, basically.
Body's still like a 9-pack.
Yeah. I mean, Morris Chestnut too. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, Morris Chestnut been fine my whole life. But like Shamar Moore, I gotta Google how old he is because I had to go to his Instagram page while I was watching it. He's 53 years old.
I'm about to say he has to be at least, but he just
look at this,
right? Yeah.
Like
he just had a baby not too long ago, right?
He did have a baby.
Was it his first kid?
I want to say yes.
It was his first kid, yeah.
Yeah, but Shamar Moore been fine my whole motherfucking life. Morris Chestnut been fine my whole motherfucking life.
Yeah.
I said those are two fine men. Now, Bill Bellamy could have held his own, but he ain't had the mustache.
Yeah, I feel like, and I think the last time we did this, I forgot the movie.
It was Love Jones.
Yeah, I feel like Bill Bellamy looks better older. Like he didn't look bad young, but I just think he looks better now.
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, to me, the odd one out was DL Hughley. Like all the scenes where they were playing basketball, DL Hughley would have his t-shirt on, whatever.
Yeah, like he was like the homie, like
Yeah, like he wasn't a sex symbol.
wholesome one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Um,
like I will say DL Hughley has had a glow up with
he
money
had
and
to glow up,
age.
but I must say, it was
He
one
wasn't
scene
ugly.
when it was a close up of his face. He wasn't unattractive.
No, he's
I
not
thought he
ugly.
had a good face. I guess maybe because maybe he wasn't so muscular. Maybe he was just like a naturally slim guy.
See,
He
he
didn't
had the
like
eyes working for
off
him.
t-shirt. Yeah, the eyes are really nice. Really nice. That's what it was. It was the close up, and I was like, I forgot he had those eyes until
Yeah. It's the
that.
eyes that worked for him. But yeah, DL wasn't no slouch. But when
No,
you got Morris, and Shamar, and then you got Bill, it was like, oh. But he wasn't a slouch. So I will say that. But I just had to say, I was like, damn, Shamar Moore fine as shit.
look good,
Okay.
look good in there, and it wasn't given like it's corny. Like even though at the little bachelorette when he was dancing, it was kind of giving me the flashback of fucking Soul Train.
What about that too?
I was like, oh, he's still got these
When he
moves.
sat down, he was like, it's a stone cold groove. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
no, he's corny as shit.
Funny, but handsome nevertheless.
Yeah, he's fine. I also wanted to point out somebody give her flowers. Vanessa Bell Calloway. I don't feel like her name gets brought up a lot about being fine. And yeah, I was like, she's fine too.
Be
And
fine.
so when she was the therapist, I was like, she
Also,
fine.
our whole life, which I forgot about. And I was like, he will have a finance therapist. Like, of
You know,
course. Yeah.
niggas going Nick.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Kim Porter.
Oh my God.
When
So
she popped up, I was like,
he popped up. I was like, oh, that's Kim Porter. And it just threw me, especially considering what's been happening the last 6 months
yeah,
or whatever. I was just like, oh, RP.
that one blew me because I just never knew that was her in this movie.
At the
So
time, like, I feel like she wasn't a popular name in the household. Like, we
yeah.
knew Diddy and whoever he was messing with, but she wasn't like a name that we threw around like that. So that was shocking to see. And I was like, but it was nice to see too.
Last thing before we get into this plot. How come Tatiana Ali didn't have more of a career? She was also, I forgot her role in this too. I forgot she was
Ooh,
the
I forgot. And
sister.
she looked great. She
Yeah.
looked great.
And
It's
I'm like,
probably this fucking industry, like,
you just think she had the look. She could sing. She was a pretty girl.
oh, I remember
And
her song and her video. Yes, yeah.
was it what's the song?
I can't remember how it goes, but I can see the video. That's my fucking photographic memory. Like I can see
I
it.
think no, that's not it.
Let me-
Daydreaming.
I was it. I think it was. I can see the video though, because I remember she had outfits and her hair was away, and I was like, "Oh, I want to do that." Um,
I think
but
it's
yeah,
every day and night I think of you. Shut up,
right.
Kenny, because I know you're listening. You're probably like, why is she singing? Shut up.
Is it "Boy You Knock Me Out"? Was that the video?
No, I think this was it. It was Daydreaming.
Oh, Daydreaming with Peter Guns. Yes, and Lord Tariq. Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
her, like
But the same with, I mean, I know Maya Campbell had
she had like drug
bipolar,
and mental health issues, but
but I just feel like a lot of the girls just from that era, once they aged out of being like little sisters, it was just a hard fit because it was like, I think too, back then too, was probably tough from being a child star and then wanting to go and move forward, and then you become like sexy, and maybe that's
yeah.
conflicting, confusing.
Yeah,
Not
because I'm looking at this like she's did a few things, but
yeah,
nothing really noteworthy.
except for recently doing Bel Air.
She was in Bel Air, But I'm saying like she did. It said "Love That Girl" main cast seasons 1 through 3. I don't know what that is.
Love That Girl. Why does that sound familiar? Let me look
But
that up.
the only thing I was going to say that I remember her being a part of after Fresh Prince, she was on Young and the Restless for like 5 years. I do
Yeah,
remember that.
that was my mother's shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you know I fuck with the Young
Yeah.
Restless. And then she was on like that episode in Living Single because she was Khadijah's little
Oh, yeah.
sister.
Yes. I do kind of vaguely remember Love That Girl. Don't think I've watched it, but
Yeah,
I
I don't
do remember like seeing these people. Interesting.
yeah, I don't remember that much. But those were my notes about the people themselves,
Yeah.
plot wise. Okay. It starts out with this dream. Morris Chestnut's character keeps having these dreams
Right.
that a woman in a wedding gown is holding a gun at him because he is afraid of commitment.
Dare I say they're making him somewhat of a clairvoyant because of that?
Because then at the end, here, whole
Somebody
girl.
is there with a wedding gown and a gun. So it's like, are you psychic too, my nigga? Like, what's happening?
That was interesting. This is another movie, and I think we talked about this. Maybe we did Love Jones about how all of this rhetoric we get, and maybe we're saying this because we're on the other side by quite some years. But
Yeah.
he was turning 29, and Morris Chestnut was turning 29. Terry was like, I'm 29 years old. It's time to settle down and love and happiness and all that other shit. And I'm like, 29 is not that old. Like,
I will say though, young Shika probably did think at 30 things would be way different. Like
stares into the
there
distance.
was right, there was look, as it's almost 10 years, it's
That's
10
like
years
we're well on the other
10 years
side.
ago. But yeah, no, I think there was the idea, and I think it was common the idea that you'll settle down, you'll do marriage and kids and shit like that by 30. Especially growing up in like the 80s and 90s.
I
That
mean, it's
was
definitely the case of the shouldas. Like, this is something I should do. I have to do.
to
You
do. Yeah.
should. But it's just so funny, like, how all of these messages are programmed into us. Like,
And
because
that's
they
all,
were,
yeah, that's where we get it from too. It's
yeah,
like society wise, it was in our media, our movies, our all the things we intake. It's like, yeah, this is where you should be at 30. And it's like, shit, life is just starting at 30 for real, for real.
listen.
You got
So
money, you could do a little
that's
bit,
when they get real. Yeah, you got a little
you
coin
could
there.
really have fun.
So
20
yeah,
is total fun.
I think this is what I took away from this movie and why it hit different was
Mhm.
that it was a lot of these tropes and a lot of um the should messages, right? The one
Yeah.
that you should settle down by the time you're 30 and you're supposed to get married and do these things, even though Terry clearly did not really want to. Like
He
I
had
don't
a
think he
fear of
wanted to.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
They
he
all
had.
had this fear of commitment. And then his girl, BB, it was like one scene when they were like having sex, and she was like, I shouldn't be doing this with you before the wedding because I'm a good girl. And that came up like another time in that conversation with the girls about being a good girl and not a slut. And it came up with Gabrielle Union because they fucked on the first date.
Mention her, but yes, Gabrielle.
Oh, I'm getting to Gabrielle Union.
Right. But even not even that, even in the married couple, she was like,
Oh yeah,
dick is nasty. And I was like,
yeah, because I wrote that down when he was
damn.
like, she was like, "Are you going to tell?" She's like, "Because it's nasty." She was like, "Are you going to tell your daughter to suck dick?" And he was like, "Yup." Right after I tell her it don't give you cancer.
Listen,
But I was like, that was great to take the
no,
fear
even when she
mongering.
asked him, if I had a dick, would you suck it? He was like, yes, the fuck I would.
Hughley
I
was actually
laughed
really.
genuinely through it. I will say, I did
I
laugh.
did. Like, I don't think it aged terribly at all.
I agree.
Like, it wasn't cringy, but it
Yeah.
was like, this is funny that these conversations,
Yeah.
23 years later, are the banter still
Yeah.
of everyday life, right? On
Yeah,
podcasts,
for
on social.
sure, for sure.
Yeah. And so that was funny to me because I was picking up all these little things. He was funny as shit. Then you had the quintessential storyline of the brother giving up on sisters and going to date the white girl.
Yes, that was that. Can I say though, something that I felt that we are missing, maybe a little bit more present day, is that the whole movie did this out after the dream started with him at fucking therapy. And I was like,
it did.
Niggas need to go to therapy.
It did, because look what it did for his life.
I mean, I was impressed. I was like, you know what? I don't even remember the therapy portion of it, but he was actively going. When he tried to quit, his therapist was like, listen, sir,
you're not ready. Yeah.
Don't do this. Listen to me. But I thought that was so, I don't want to say brave, but I think it was just like not a thing that was really necessarily talked about, because it wasn't like they had him being like some type of crazy person, crazy person. But it was like, no, he was really going to therapy, trying to figure out his shit. And I was like,
yeah. That's a good point that I had not harped on, but you're right. It starts with him in therapy, him consistently going to therapy and talking about it, disclosing to his girl that he was in therapy.
yeah.
He did kind of use it against her when he was like, don't do this over reverse psychology bullshit on me. But he was actively trying to better himself. And look at the end, it helped him work through his commitment issue and get over Denise dating his father.
Yeah.
Now Denise.
It's funny to me.
Gabrielle Union. Well, back it up. Clifton Powell and Morris Chestnut being father and son was great casting.
I loved it.
The scene where he gets upset at the surprise birthday party and Clifton Powell get in his face, I said, there's some good casting there. Because for a second, I was like,
I'm still your fucking father.
Clifton Powell always
Jennifer Lewis
that
being mom and dad. I loved him and Jennifer Lewis together too.
She said, "Stank ho." She goes, she said, "Stank ho." She's like, "No, stank ho." That was some funny shit. Jennifer Lewis, I feel like if you started a Venn diagram, she has played every Black actor's mother in some capacity in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like,
I love her character though. I do think it's so interesting because I do think she set them up with the whole trope. Was like, oh, if a man really loves you,
I was saving that for last, baby girl.
Oh, okay. Well, we can wait
because we gotta get there. We gotta get there.
Okay, because I'm actually whatever. We'll get there.
Okay, we're gonna get there because I was like, oh, wait a minute. So Gabrielle Union, I don't understand why she has to talk through her teeth, because she doesn't open her mouth, and when she talks, every scene it's like, don't touch me. Like, it's just like, open your fucking mouth. Yeah. She does not open her mouth. Like, I can't think of what his name was. What was Morris Chestnut's name in this movie? It was Terry.
I have no fucking idea.
I can't think of his name, and I literally just watched it.
Watched it a couple hours ago. Like, it wasn't even that long ago.
Jackson, right?
Jackson, yeah.
You're like, Jackson, don't throw it all away. Yeah, we love each other, Jackson.
And how she talked in regular life, maybe.
But yeah, she does not. Every movie, it bothers me. Even the two can play that game. She was like, so don't get mad at me if you couldn't control your man. Like, why don't you open your mouth?
No, it did work in Deliver Us from Eva because she was just a bitch. So it gave like she was just literally talking through her teeth because she was being mean.
She does not open her mouth.
I did not think of that at all.
And I was just looking at this movie, and I think it was clear to me because these are her old teeth also, right? Like her original teeth. So I was just like, oh, look at their original teeth. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she doesn't hear. So I'm like, that's just her thing, I think. She does not open her mouth. So she's just like, yes, I am Gabrielle Union.
Maybe because I kind of talk low, but that's, I guess I do.
Nah, you open your mouth.
At the same, okay.
You open your mouth. It's open right now. She's just like, Jackson, Come over here and kiss me. Like, it bothers me so much. It bothers me so much.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so that was my only thing I wanted to say about her.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lewis broke down because they were having this whole little talk after the bridal shower she threw for Terry's girl, because Fred was throwing Terry's bachelor party, so she threw the bet. And I was like, this is funny because Terry ain't had no parents. Like, he was the only person who had no parents in the movie.
Where was his parents?
I don't know where the parents
Maybe
were.
he did. Maybe, I mean, people parents die young. Could
No,
have been.
she said it at the bachelor, the bridal shower. She's like, "Thank you for showing us." Terry's mom was so happy, so they were alive. I guess they just didn't want to cast for it. They ain't had no casting. She sits them down. Come on, girls, let's talk. And she's like, "I'll tell you the secret. If a man really loves you, and y'all cuddled up on the couch late at night, and it's one piece of chicken left, and he
Or
gives
she
you
said any food.
yeah, and he gives you the last bite, that lets you know he loves you." So we see twice in the movie after she says that, BB is laid out with Terry, and Terry eats the last piece of food. So she goes sad face. Then you see Denise after Jackson says, "I love you." And she's like, "Oh, you gonna eat that last piece?"
He was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about it." Right in her fucking face. And I was like,
and then she was sad too. And then I just laughed because we make up all of these little colloquialism thingies about how a man really loves you.
But
and
I'm gonna be honest, that shit seeps into niggas' brains as well. Cause I distinctly remember in my 20s, someone that I was dealing with was about to give me something, was like, "Oh shit, no, that's my last." And I was just like,
I was about to say, bitch, same. I remember distinctly
why are you being a child?
I remember twice because it burned. Of anything that I forgot so much about this movie, but I did not forget that piece.
Yeah.
And I was literally like, I was definitely like late teens, maybe early 20s. And a boyfriend at the time, we were at TGI Fridays, and he gave me his last Jack Daniel shrimp. Shift moving mountains, okay? But then I also had a guy that I was dating, and same thing happened. It was the last piece, and he damn near flipped the fucking table over.
He still gave it to me, but I was just very much like, it was on his mind, that same sentiment, like, "Oh shit, I'm about to give her my last."
She can't have that last chicken wing.
I was just like, what? No. Niggas thought that too. They thought it too. And he did. And it happened. Same person, it happened more than once. And I was like, yo, why is that?
That's your marker for love.
But also, are you afraid?
Maybe he was, Shika.
Fuck that.
Maybe he was. That was crazy.
Don't need to be afraid. Get the fuck out of here. I would get, and see, and that's the thing too, like, because if it was something that I had to last stuff, like, I wouldn't mind. And that would be the flip side of shit. Like, if I gave my last, it'd be like, "Oh, you," and I was like, okay, well, grow up.
1,000%. 1,000%.
I was like, oh wow, this is a thing where it's not, I don't think like that. But I was also like, oh, so you feel that I love you because, oh, okay, great.
No, I definitely had a guy damn near bust the table down trying to ensure that I did not get, like, that he was clear that he was eating the last piece. And I'm like, okay.
So sad.
It's so silly, so sad. But in that same scene, Tatiana Ali does something funny because she's like, "You have to reject your pussy."
Reject your pussy. Yeah, when she said that, when I tell you, I hollered because I was like, I mean, yes, you do have to reject your pussy sometimes, but also it's not going to always work, because I got the sentiment of it, especially though the mom and dad got married, like Clifton Powell and Jennifer Lewis got married like later on, but it is the idea of that. Okay, maybe I'm lying because I don't think I don't okay, I get the idea. I get the logic of sometimes yes, you just really your pussy is talking for you and you really want that. I mean, I'm not one to reject my pussy. I don't think.
Are you sure?
I mean, here lately, maybe I have, and not because of anything in particular. I just, when she gets old, in a way, like it's like I don't know. Me and my friends was talking the other day. Shan had some cards, and we were like answering questions, and like not everybody can do casual sex. I get it, not, and a lot of my women friends, that's not a thing. I am okay with it. Like I don't
Yeah.
really have a it doesn't fuck with me mentally and emotionally as much as maybe it does other people, especially if you consistently have casual sex with somebody. I understand how that becomes complicated. So in that sense, I can understand the you gotta reject your pussy. Because sometimes it's like, yeah, I'm not being maybe fulfilled, or maybe I'm not getting what I'm looking for. Like, yeah, I might be seeking a relationship, but I can also have casual sex. Like, to some people, that just doesn't make sense. And it seems like you're wasting your time having casual sex when this is something else you really want. Where sometimes I am of the mindset, I need to have sex. The
You just
rest
need your back broke
will
the fuck out. Yeah.
yeah, the rest will come when it comes. But I don't feel like, God or the universe is like, bitch, you fucking and you want a relationship, so you're not gonna get it. Like,
Yeah, I don't subscribe to that
I can't
either.
subscribe to that.
But I will say you definitely told me put my pussy on reject
I,
my pussy last week.
I
You
did.
definitely did.
I told you that for a specific reason. But I told you that while also talking to myself.
Because I believe I had to go scroll while you was talking. I went and scrolled back up and you said, well, but it could also be a nod from the universe to take things a little slower to see if your feelings are enough for the blank, and you
Put your pussy completely up. It's just saying,
you told me
make
to
sure. Here's
reject.
the thing. I'm gonna say, as a person who indulges in casual sex, um, I don't regret any of it that I've done. Can I say that maybe sometimes I'm quick on the draw? Maybe. But I also don't feel like that is the reason why maybe me and somebody I'm casually having sex with is not a relationship. I don't think that, but I do think that, especially if I'm having spurts and not having sex, like it'll be like, would I fuck? Yeah, fuck. Let's fuck. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And as I'm getting older, I just feel like a little bit more stingy just with my energy, because not everybody, because I do feel like sometimes if you do take a little bit more time, maybe you get to know the person a little bit more, you might come from, oh, I would like to fuck you, to like, I don't want to fuck you.
Yeah, no, I can be mature enough to say that is the case. That is 1,000% true for sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm putting a pin on this
Okay.
to wrap this up. So this is what I'll say. This movie overall was funny.
It
I
was
think it I
funny.
think it aged well still. I don't think it's a black classic, but it has a lot of the black superstars from other black classic movies.
Yeah.
Um, but one of my favorite lines from this, she's like, it was Bill Bellamy and his mother. And he was like, I forgot how fucking funny that scene was. And he was like, Mom, you can't be mad because dad left a white woman. And he was like, yeah. He was like, she not white, she Hawaiian. She was like, anybody who not black is white. He was like, Mom, what if she was Mexican? She's like, a white woman with a taco. He's like, what if she
No.
was Asian? He goes, a white woman who don't speak a goddamn English. Yo, that shit is funny as fuck. I don't know who wrote that line, but that shit took me out of here and I was dying.
No, that shit was hilarious because mom. Oh, and that lady, I forget her name, but I remember her in movies back in the day, and I
Yes.
really did enjoy her
And she
too.
was like a comedian too, wasn't she?
Yes, that's what we probably know her from like a Def Comedy Jam,
Damn, yeah.
something like that. But I
'Cause
agree with you that I agree with you that I don't think it aged terribly. Like I
mm-mm.
did not cringe in the movie.
Any part of it, honestly.
I did not cringe, and I laughed out loud several times. I was like, "Oh, it was funny," and so I enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, it was several times that I was like, you know what? This was funny.
I was
And
rewatched.
yeah. So if
Yes.
you have not checked out The Brothers, it's on HBO Max. If you haven't watched it in a while, no black classic, but it's still a funny, funny watch. Now, I'm coming back to what you was talking about. Putting your pussy, rejecting your pussy. Maybe that's gonna be the episode title.
I like that.
So, um, it's this overall trend that I hear from a lot of women our age who are exceptionally horny, like exceptionally horny, and would love to be fucking all the time.
Yeah.
However, have no interest or desires to engage with members of the opposite sex if they're hetero to get the sex, right? Like I
Right.
want the penis sometimes, but sometimes it's not even worth the interaction to get fucked. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of women who are struggling with that, myself included, where I was like, you know what? I sent out a unsuccessful um friends with benefits invitation. Um
I feel. Oh, okay. I feel like you.
and I'm gonna send out another one because I have to find someone while I'm still looking for a partner. Like I have to find someone I'm fucking regularly and who can fuck me good.
Yeah. So I felt like you had kind of had a friend with Benny's for some years. Like you had
I
a
do. They're
backup
still there, but I can't get the consistency I want.
that you want. Yeah. So that is difficult.
So yeah, if I need consistency across the board. I need consistency when developing a relationship, but I also need some consistent good dick.
Yeah. I'm open. Oh God. It's so crazy because it's like I feel the same way, but I'm also willing. Like I've tried. I've tried. I went on 2 dates in December with, different people, and I was just kind of like, I didn't even get to the point of feeling like, oh yeah, I would have sex with you or I wouldn't. Um, I no longer speak to one. The other one kind of like, when I told him like, yeah, I don't think we mesh well or whatever,
Mm,
whatever, he was like, oh, can we be friends? And I was like, sure. You
no.
know what I'm saying? I said sure, being nice because it's like, nigga, you don't know me. We're not going to be friends. Like, that is just something for you to say. Like, you don't want to let go, whatever, whatever. He actually invited me to a day party on Sunday, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to make it. But it's also like when I stopped fucking with people too, like, I kind of stopped fucking with people where it's like a clear cut this is done. So I don't have
Okay.
any backup plans at the moment. So I've just not been having sex, which I don't love. But
So
I'm
I
doing
had a I
it.
recently had like a mistake hookup with somebody.
Wait, first of all, my family's texting about the family reunion. You're saying mistake hookup. What? What is that? What do you mean? Break that down.
So I had not had sex with this particular person for a while.
Okay.
And I was good with not, right? Like part
Mhm.
of me still wanted to explore it because it was good. And so I'm like, I kind of wanted more of it just to be like, a little gluttonous. Like I should be able to enjoy this. It was good. Let's have some more. But it had been some time. So I was like, okay, it won't happen. That's cool. Fine. But just on some random shit, I don't know how it was such a mistake because I don't even know how it happened. Like I text about something else and then it was kind of like, all right, I'm gonna pull up. And I was like, yeah, right. Cause we had been like I had blatantly asked for dick before and it's been some him and a Han. And so it was like, no, I'm coming. And then they came and it was really on some like 20-minute, 30-minute smash it, get the hell out. And
Enjoyable though.
that's the problem because that's the thing.
Is a good time.
This is the thing. I still want more. And so I think Reed jumping on it was detrimental because the inconsistencies. Like I need
It
consistency.
came back up.
Yeah, I need a sex contract. Like I
You know,
promise to fuck Boonie at least two
yeah.
to three times per week. Da 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 da. Right? Like that's some shit I need. Or I text you like, oh my God, we don't have to do not like I'm really at that point right now for my sanity's sake. Because sex is really a good stress reliever.
Oh baby, we were just talking like literally the week leading up to my cycle. Like I didn't know what was going on to me, but it was like I need an orgasm every day. Like every day I had to come. I don't give a fuck what I was doing. And something else I noticed, and I think I mentioned this before, and I think it's the hormones or whatever your levels when lifting weights.
Yes.
Horny.
So,
Every
baby, I said this to somebody, a man who works out a lot, and I was like, I be horny as fuck working out. Like, I don't know what it is. Like,
Let me tell
especially when I'm lifting
you, blast
weights,
off
like, is
after
it,
every workout. Blast it off. Don't let me be doing lower body
yeah, like, is it
squatting
the
with weight,
contractions
the
and
contraction, but also it's the hormones and the endorphins I believe you release during working out. Yeah, last week every single day I was like, you know what? I have time to blast off because I just need it. And then something you mentioned in last episode that you said your gyno said, as we get older, our bodies are like, oh, you have one more fucking chance to make a baby. So like our libidos are only going higher. And it's just really, I
it's not
can't
right.
do this. Yeah.
It says women between 27 to 45 have the most strongest sex drive of their life.
Yeah,
And
no,
so I'm like, damn, we still got like 5 more years, 6 more years for this shit to keep revving up. Like, I need some nigga to rise to the motherfucking occasion. I just don't understand why it's so hard. I reciprocate. We gonna have a fun and good time, but I need the consistency. I don't make a sex buddies consistency contract.
no, you should. And here's the thing. Okay, we're different in ways. We're really like we have similar ideals and stuff, but we're different. And I don't know what happens typically. Because I feel like when I was younger, I could have casual partners for longer. Something happens though.
Your
And
little cancer heart took over.
no, it don't be me.
Oh.
It don't be me.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was you.
No, it be the niggas.
Oh.
And I'd be like, I'm the type of person, being a cancer and whatever else, it's like I don't have sex in different ways per se. I'll say that. So
Tell
a
me more. It's different
lot
ways.
Because I think a lot of times people be like, or like dudes, or you'll see the conversation go around. It's like, oh, I don't be giving, grade A dick because that's not my man. Whatever. Like, I'm going to fuck the way I would like to fuck whenever I fuck. Like that. It's going to be that. And I think,
Oh, we are different. I do hold back on some motherfuckers.
yeah, I don't know if I know how to do that. I mean, I'm trying to, no, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how to do that. So I think sometimes it gets confusing because
Okay.
I will have sex a certain way, but still not maybe open up and be as vulnerable as one may expect because of the way.
So some motherfuckers definitely have never seen me be nasty as shit.
I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say everybody's seen me be nasty as shit, but um if we do it long enough, I'm definitely gonna be nasty as shit. But it's just, but for me, it's an energy thing.
So
Because
this
if you
person in
get nasty,
particular,
then I'm giving it right back.
oh, now some people I can't hold back. Some people from
Mhm.
jump, because I
Yeah,
just feel the magnetic chemistry here. So sorry if you think I'm a whore afterwards, but it was a good time.
yeah.
Now, some people though, I don't. What does our problematic faith say? Some people I slow walk the freak with
Hmm.
because for reasons I don't know what it is, but and I guess for me, I this may sound so fucking backwards because somebody's probably listening like Boonie. Well, how can you say that, but you're fucking them? And what I'm about to say is, I think for some of them, I don't trust them.
In what way?
I don't think they have my full trust.
But trusting what? Trust in, is it a thing of talking about it? Is it a thing of safety physically? Like, as
I
far as
think it's
health?
more of I don't trust them to not judge and or talk about it.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna be honest with you because I can be the opposite. Where so last year, yeah, it would have been 2023, and I was dealing with this person casually for maybe like 6 months or whatever. The first night, it was like really on some like no holds barred shit. Um, and I'm of the mindset that if I get wild, I might make up in my mind that I have no intentions of talking to you ever again.
Mm.
Where it's just like, oh, that was a night. Like, that's just how I felt for the night.
That was enough. Thank you.
And I'm great. And I'm
Goodbye.
back over here. Right. And I attempted that, but um he ended up hitting me up and was like, "Oh, we need to do this again." And I was like, and I told him straight up, I was like, "Yeah, I had no intentions of speaking to you again. Like, I didn't feel like we needed to do that again. Like, it was a wild night. We had fun. Like, it was like hours, like literally till like 2, 3 in the morning. Like, I'm
Oh, those are fun nights. Like I need a night like
yeah,
that.
but
It's been a
we
little
ended
while.
up doing this for probably like 6 months. But I think where I say the disconnect comes in is because like he also kind of like just vanished. And I was like, I've been told by men that I'm hard to read. And for me, it's just like, you don't
Mm.
have to read me if you ask, just ask me
Just
how
fuck
I
me.
feel. You can just do that. But also you can ask me if there's a question because I can be honest and answer your question. But I think sometimes men are used to a certain level of attachment that might come with casual
Mm.
sex from women. And I just am really good at compartmentalizing all of that. That is one of my skill sets, even though I have a Cancer heart. I'm a fucking Leo
Mm.
moon and a Virgo rising. So like I can really compartmentalize it where I might not be giving you that much emotionally, but if we're
Okay.
next time, I have a good time. And I think that's jarring sometimes for men. And
Interesting.
they be like, I'm gonna get this bitch before she get me. And I be like, oh.
You already got.
Had a conversation. Like you didn't have to like fall off the face of the earth.
Well,
But also,
here's your homework assignment.
oh God, do I need to write this down? I hate this.
Don't you hate this? Okay, you got a pen and a pad. No. The homework assignment, both of us.
Okay.
I need back blown out, our sweaty, nasty ass sex. That's what I need.
Adrian.
Not together. And not you saying my government.
I was like, who the fuck am I having sex with?
I don't know either. I don't know who I'm having sex with right now, but
okay.
You know,
I take the challenge. Yeah, because I am closer to the year mark than I am not. At this
wow.
Point, wait. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm closer to the year mark than I'm not, which crept up on me. I don't ever
once you get over the first 90 days.
First 90 days.
It might as well be 3
once
years.
You do it, it's coasting. You're coasting. And the thing is for me is that I'm never going to deny myself orgasms. Like that's not what's happening.
So Shika is saying, let the record motherfucking reflect that while she has not been fucked in almost a year, she has thoroughly fucked herself.
All the time it's happening. I can make it 3 minutes. I can make it 10. It just
baby, let me tell you something.
You get yourself out of there in 2 minutes, you be like, woo.
The other night, because I was doing something for work, I was out of town for work. And I had some nerves, which is unlike me. I'm not a very anxious person, but sometimes, nerves are natural.
Yeah.
And I think for this one, I had a reason why I had some nerves, but I had a little bit. And I was like, oh my God, you have to go to sleep. Like, baby, it's just amazing what you can make your body do in a minute and a half. Because I didn't pack no toys or nothing, Jesus. And and I was asleep and slept through the night.
Let me tell you something. And this is how I knew I was on a rampage the other week. Because I'm more of a daytime selfie girl. Because a lot of times it's like I'll be
because you was up at 3 a.m.
Right. And then it's like I'm working, or like I work out early, and then after the workout, I'm like, okay, let me go bust, and then I can get back to my day. But last week, it was right before bed. I was chilling, watching TV, and I'm like, I can't do this. So yeah.
Yeah, no.
But that means I have to meet somebody. I have to do a whole lot of shit.
Or you could run back an Old Faithful or two.
Can I?
Maybe.
I delete niggas.
Well then don't. So I guess we'll meet. I'm gonna get that's your charge to meet somebody.
Okay, my charge to meet somebody, and then I'll think if I can run back an Old Faithful.
I only have like really one that I know I could run back without judgment. This recent one I would like to.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It just seems like it's too complicated.
It's just too much work. Like I want ease.
I was going to
be able to ease into the penis.
My casual shit has to be easy.
I'm not jumping through hoops for dick.
I'm not good on that. Yeah, my problem is that.
But I blame my Sagittarius nature because I want more. Then my Sagittariusness is like, you want more, and I feel unfulfilled by it because I do know that we just have not scratched the surface.
Yeah, y'all haven't really got into y'all haven't had enough sex to be like,
we ain't got to the nitty gritty
to walk away. Yeah, my problem is I delete people's existence. Like,
yeah, I mean, some people are deleted.
Like, I'll delete your phone number. I don't follow
Some people are deleted, but there's one that I know I could hit with ease that, I may just have to,
Damn,
do
I had
a
into it with my.
rescue 911, dick me down.
I got into it with my throwback, but I mean, I think that if I sent him an Instagram message, maybe he's
So
still.
yeah, look, don't be out here just making anything happen. It will come to you, will it? I
Okay,
believe
okay, yes, I'm willing to that. Yeah,
we're not going to
I'm
reject
not
our
doing
pussies.
that. I've been in peace. I've been in peace
Yeah, I'm
mode.
not disturbing it.
I'm not disturbing my peace. You're absolutely correct. So maybe something will come in. I mean, I'm hearing, the astrology girlies, things I listen to, which I need to book Mecca. I never did it when I talked to you about the
Oh, you
last.
said you were.
God, I forgot. I'm gonna look at her tonight and see. But I'm hearing this is the year for me to like relationships are coming up as more important. So I'm gonna see. We're only 1 month in, and I have not been putting myself out there as much just because I've been enjoying, nigger freedom.
Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part because I do like men energy. I like being around men. Like I have guy friends I hang out with. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't hate men, but getting to know niggas can be so difficult, and also getting to know niggas who want to, either fuck you or whatever. They be just on some weird shit. And I just be like, yo, I don't have the energy for this game that you're playing. I like it straight up, no chaser. And I know people and men all think that women who say that don't mean that. No,
They don't believe it.
they don't believe it. Please tell me, do you want to do this? Yes or no? Check a box. Maybe I'm confused. Something, but like, tell me straight up so I can know what I'm dealing with. And then I can make a conclusion of what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I don't understand why they don't believe it. Because believe my words, believe what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating. So, well, that's our homework.
Well, I didn't
I'm receiving the assignment
I won't
too.
be writing that down. I'll be writing my numbers in here. I won't be writing that down in there.
See, there's your affirmation. I am bold. I am powerful. I am sexy.
I'm worthy. I'm free, responsible, and ratchet. Yeah.
See, there's your affirmation, bitch.
Yeah. I'm gonna try.
All right. There you go. Your pussy's not a quitter. All right, friend.
Don't reject your pussy.
And that's our sign off. All right, that is it for this week's episode. I want to thank the homie Shika for stopping by. I want to make sure that we all hold her accountable for her homework assignment, okay? I want each of you listening to reject your pussies as well, okay? Your pussy is not a quitter. Your pussy is not a quitter, all right? Patreon gang, be sure to mark your calendars. We're rolling in the Galentine's Day, so I want to see you guys all there. Hope to see some of you at the sex ed pop-up as well. It would just be so amazing to just see some of Ratcheteer gang in the audience. And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or any apps that you listen to your favorites on. Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review in Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It helps us out a lot. Follow us on all social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make these pretty images for nothing, okay? Have a dope ass week. Thank you for listening. Stay healthy, safe, and sane. And remember, the ratchet in me will always honor the ratchet in you. Namaste. Until next time.